Most men over 40 lose about 1% of their muscle mass every year, and most of that muscle loss starts in the legs. If you skip squats, you're basically aging faster than you should be. But the problem is, every time you try to squat, your knees hurt. So you start believing that squats wreck your knee joint. It makes sense, right? When your knees hurt, you assume that the knees are the problem. So you start moving carefully, maybe doing half reps or avoiding the stairs altogether because you're trying to protect your knees. But here's what's really happening. The pain in your knees isn't from squatting. It's how you start the squat. So in the next few minutes, I'll show you a simple fix to clean up your squat form, create stability in your knees, and unlock the pain-free strength you're supposed to feel. The first mistake is starting the squat by leading with your knees. When you start the squat with your knees first, your knees shoot forward over your toes at a bad angle, and it dumps tremendous pressure right into the knee joints, while your glutes and your hamstrings are sitting there doing nothing. You're trying to support all your weight on your knees instead of let your hips drive the movement. Your hips are where the actual power comes from, but if they're not engaged, they're not working. So let's fix that. It all starts with your stance. You hear people say stand with your feet shoulder width apart, and that's a good start, but it's generic advice. So let's find your stance. Start with your feet about shoulder width apart. Start the squat and go as low as you can comfortably go. If you feel any kind of pinching or tightness in your hips, stand back up, widen your stance about an inch or two on each side, and then try again. Keep testing and adjusting the width until the pinching is gone. Now, make sure you point your toes out slightly between 15 and 30 degrees. This opens up your hips and gives them a clear path to move. Once you find that position, this will be your power stance, the position where your individual power is the strongest. Fix this stance in your brain and memorize it. This next cue is where you fix your squat. From your power stance, I want you to screw your feet into the floor. Not literally though. You want your body weight distributed evenly across the feet, and imagine rotating your right foot clockwise and your left foot counterclockwise without them actually moving. You're creating rotational force or torque. You should feel that. Your glutes should instantly turn on. This external rotation creates stability in your hips, and it's a secret to stopping your knees from collapsing inward. Now let's put it all together, and I want you to do this with me. First, get into your personal stance and make sure your feet are angled out. Second, create the torque. Screw your feet into the floor and feel the glutes fire up. Third, now we drop our butt. You start this squat by sending your hips back, not straight down. Imagine sitting in a chair that's about a foot behind you. Your knees will bend naturally as a result. Keep your chin up and your chest will follow. You don't want to be leaning over or bending at the waist. Go down until your hip crease is just below your knees. That's considered parallel. 4, stand back up. From the bottom, drive the floor away from you. Imagine yourself pushing the earth away from you, keeping your feet screwed in and your knees driving outwards. Not too much, just enough to keep them from collapsing inward. Push your hips and your chest up at the exact same time and do it as one solid unit. Squeeze your glutes hard at the top to finish the rep. Now that's a hip-driven squat. If it feels better, that's because you did it the right way. Good job. So no, squats don't wreck your knees. Bad form does. When your hips drive the squat, your knees will automatically follow safely. And you can start rebuilding your strength and your muscle. So do this every day if you can, and forget adding weight for now. Just practice this until the pattern becomes automatic. Film yourself from the side and the front, and watch your knees and your hips work as a team. Now it's time to practice this on your own. And if you want to take your squat to the next level and reduce any stiffness, then you'll want to watch this video next. I'll see you there.